Hi, and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us again for another week of mobile apps and social media. Today, we're going to talk about Twitter, which is one of the major social media websites that are out there currently. Since it's one of the major ones, it's really important to cover that one first. For this first presentation, we're going to take a look at what Twitter's all about and how you could possibly use it on your personal and also your business. So let's go ahead and get started. And let's take a look at some of the history of Twitter. So Twitter dates back to early 2006 when an NYU student named Jack Dorsey shared a new online communication idea with some of his coworkers at a company called Ordio. It was a podcasting company, but Dorsey's idea was to have a platform that would allow users to share short messages with groups of people. So similar idea to texting. So it's like text messages, but this is not only just to one person or a group text, but this is just to many people. The first version of this platform was referred as Twitter, which was spelled uniquely. So it was spelled TWTR and was used solely for people who worked for the Ordio company. So a couple of months afterwards, Twitter was introduced to the public and the general public started using it, and I guess history was made. So since then, it's become very popular and it's become one of the most long-running social media websites out there and one of the most beloved by the public. So after receiving so much recognition at the South by Southwest Interactive Conference, Twitter started becoming well-known in the social media world. So the South by Southwest Interactive Conference still happens today, and it happens on an annual basis. And it's pretty much like a conference that allows people to get to know what are the latest innovations in technology and also social media and also entertainment and things of that sort. So since Twitter was such a simple concept, it soon started becoming beloved by just the public. And so soon TV shows and businesses started promoting hashtags and encouraging consumers to interact with them through their tweets. So Twitter handles quickly became very popular. What is Twitter used for today? Twitter is primarily a social media website, and its primary purpose is to connect people and allow people to share thoughts with big audiences. So Twitter allows users to discover stories regarding today's biggest news events, and it allows people to follow company or celebrities or well-known people that post content, and you could enjoy it as a consumer and also simply communicate with your friends. So Twitter is used for a variety of purposes. Here are some of the reasons why people use Twitter. Number one, they use it to be alerted or to find out about breaking news. So as a way to receive your news, it's very effective. So you could directly follow your favorite news channel, or you could also follow known people and be one of the first ones to find out about news. And I think that's one of the most appealing aspects of it. We have all seen in the past that someone important has maybe posted a message, and then there's a lot of speculation behind that message. And then it becomes like this trending topic, and it becomes this conversation. And I think that's what Twitter really excels at. It excels at giving people a way to just reach out to someone immediately. And then depending on what that news may be, it could set the internet a conversation going, and people could start talking about a certain trend or topic. Another reason why people use Twitter is just to pass the time. So if you're bored or if you just want to know what's happening in the world, you could log into Twitter and review all the messages that may be posted and see what's happening with the favorite people that you like to follow, and be up to date with whatever's happening. Another way that people use Twitter is to tell others what they're doing and thinking about. If you have your own Twitter account, you could post your latest visit to a favorite restaurant, and you could post the meal that you had and the favorite drink that you had, and maybe give people an idea of what you thought of that drink and whether you're going to be dining there again. So it becomes a very fast way to share these things that happen in our daily life with people. And I think that's what Twitter really excels at. Generally, you're not going to send someone an email about the burrito that you had or the tasty meal that you had, but you're going to want to share it through Twitter Twitter allows you to send brief messages and also allows you to attach images to those messages. And so you could have that visual aspect attached to your messages and people could see that delicious meal that you're having. So it's good in that sense. Also, if you just have a general thought and you want to just put it out there in the world, you could put your thoughts out there and then see who is engaged by your thoughts. Sometimes people start retweeting, meaning that they start sharing your idea or they start sharing the thing that you posted. And then that gets a conversation going. With Twitter, it's important to consider how interactive your posts are. So if your posts are very interactive where they could gain the attention of other people, either by interaction or by conversation or by sharing, you start becoming widely shared on Twitter. And that's how you could become very popular on Twitter. So personally, you could, as a person, you could share your ideas. Or if you had a business, you could share advertisements of your business and maybe people will start sharing whatever your business is selling or the service that you're providing and get more attention for your type of service that you're providing. So it's good in that sense. People also use Twitter to stay connected with the people they know. So your family members, your friends, it's a good way to stay connected. They like to also follow famous people. Celebrities are well known for being on Twitter. And so whether it's your favorite musician or your favorite actor, actress, or your favorite author or your favorite news reporter, you could follow them on Twitter and find that you could be connected with them. And so you could see what their latest news is and see what's happening in their life. And so it's common that they may post something on Twitter and then afterwards, if it's something that's really engaging, the news may also pick it up as well. And so it becomes this trending topic. And so it's interesting like that. Other people use Twitter to network. For example, if you have your personal Twitter account and you want to network with other people in certain industries, you could network, you could look for people, you could find people that are on your contacts. If you have a phone with contacts, it could tell you if other people are on Twitter and you could see their posts and stay informed about what's happening. And so also, just to wrap up this slide, people also like to share news. So if you like a certain news item, you want to share it with others, you could share, and then it becomes this viral thing that you shared with other people. So finally, there's this really interesting feature called trending topics that allows you to just see what's trending, what people are talking about in the network, and what's the biggest news of the day. So as you can see, it's very dynamic. And it changes a lot on a day-to-day basis. So that's why Twitter is engaging and so popular. So businesses can use Twitter for a variety of reasons. So earlier I hinted on a couple. But essentially, if you have a business and you want to start up a business, you could network with other like services and see what they're doing and see how you can improve your services and advertise your services. You could do marketing. Online marketing has become very popular for businesses because it's not expensive, it's very engaging, and it allows you to have real-time connection with your customers. So you could do marketing very cheap and still have that connection with your customers and see what they're talking about and respond to any comments that they have. So that's how businesses can use Twitter. And then finally, interacting with customers. If you do have a business, you want to have a positive interaction with your customers. You want to be able to be supportive and be there for your customers. And if there is a complaint, respond to it on Twitter so you could maybe nip anything that could be problematic and stay on top of your public image. Okay, so let's take a look at how Twitter is accessed. So firstly, you could access Twitter by going to www.twitter.com. You could also access it through their mobile application, which if you have a smart device, you could go on that smart device and see what Twitter application there is out there and download your favorite Twitter application. There may be more than one that's published by Twitter, the company, and the other one that may be published by a different company that has different features to offer. If we take a look at how Twitter is accessed just generally, so most people are accessing Twitter through their smartphones. So as you can see, this nice background picture, the person's on their smartphone and they're probably sending a tweet, probably sending out a brief tweet just to stay in contact with their friends. But most people access Twitter through a smartphone, and that's 82%. Other people use it through laptops or notebooks. The other people use it through desktops. And then finally, we have the people using tablets to use Twitter. So as you can see, there's a lot of smart devices that are being used to access Twitter, and there's more than one way to access it. And that's why it becomes so versatile. Okay, so what do you need to start a Twitter account? We'll go into creating a Twitter account later on in the class, but essentially you need an email address or a telephone number. Essentially, those are the bare requirements for it. You just need that to create your Twitter account. From there, once you enter your email address and telephone number and create a password, you'll be prompted to fill out your profile. So you'll need to think of like your profile name and handle, what you'd like to be called on Twitter. So maybe you have a nickname or you have a certain username that you prefer. It's going to ask you to create a brief bio for you. A brief bio is a brief description of who you are and what you do and what you're interested in. So be ready to type out a couple of sentences about about your bio. And then finally, it's going to ask you to upload a profile picture, and it's going to ask you to follow your first profiles. So you're going to have to just select some of the items, some of the famous people that you like to follow. Okay, so that in a nutshell is a brief overview of Twitter. Later on in the class, we're going to take a look at how to create your first account. And we're also going to talk about how to send out your first tweet, how to follow your first people, and how to work with some of the lingo that Twitter has created. So Twitter has created a lot of lingo out there, and some of it is new and some of it is very specific. So it's good to get acquainted with it. Okay, so we'll see you in a little bit, and thank you for joining us.